Hello everyone and welcome to Collector Creations. In this video we're going to be talking about sodas, international sodas, and Neo from the Matrix. So obviously from the get-go we do have the Neo Common. This is one of 5,000 pieces for the international edition, the international being in Australia. I pretty much think it's everywhere except for the United States. As I look at the soda itself, he's pretty cool. I don't mind that I didn't get the chase. I like how the chase has a different thing. He's holding a phone, doesn't have the sunglasses on. But this one, he knows Kung Fu. It's a pretty basic in terms of paint job and like the ideal look of it all. But for the most part, he's not a bad design. Obviously, the three chubby fingers is kind of weird in a way. Still, nevertheless, nice overall paint job, simple design. Very much still looks like Neo to the point that even my dad could point out that, yeah, that's Neo from the Matrix. So yeah, in terms of what you get inside the can, you mostly just get a different POG. So of course you open this up in the international version and commons were white around the border, which was like, there you go, that's a common. You open this baby up and he's green, and it's like, oh, he must be a chase. But then you flip it around and nope, he's just a common. I don't know yet what... I mean, some of the chases look different here, like they've got the chases of these, I don't have any, unfortunately, yet, because the international ones are only slowly being rolled out, but the chases do have various different colours on their actual POG. I don't really know what the difference is in terms of the art design. I think it's got some more crazy colours rather than just the basic green, so I guess let's briefly talk about this. So hi. I don't really get in front of the camera too much, but I want to kind of share my opinion on what I think about international sodas. So, international sodas, again, like I mentioned, are just regular sodas. They come to pretty much everywhere except for the US. They might be worth value in the US because they're, not available in the US per se, but of course they're mostly just for, I'd say, the UK and Australia. I don't know what other countries get sodas. New Zealand might as well, but they're usually in the Australian bracket. I don't know what other countries get pop sodas. And of course, due to their limited nature, there are only 5,000 of these. I don't know if there's anything different. Like, international seems pretty darn broad. Like, is it just Australia? Is it just the UK and Australia? I don't know. I don't even know if the UK gets these, to be honest, because, well... I've never really cared to look for them. Whenever I buy a soda on eBay or whatever that's only in the US, it's from the US. So I don't particularly mind the fact that there's actually some different colour on the POG. I like that it's not white. It's nice. I don't know what the Chase POG looks like because nobody I know has bought one yet. Because of course it makes it even harder to get a Chase when there's only one of 800 Chases. Like, look at that. You've got a very plain green POG, which is not focusing at all, but it's not very attractive, I think, the plain colour on it. I don't really mind, usually commons aren't that attractive anyway, but I liked how they usually had a dynamic where they'd have like a cup between the name and the of the soda and the title and everything, It was something nice. I don't think this is quite that good. I do like the difference in the art design, though. That's really my only pro on it. I'm not the kind of collector who's going to go out of their way to hunt down a US edition one. I feel like those are going to go higher in prices in terms of for exporting because, well, capitalism mostly. Thanks, America. I can understand the whole dynamic of why they're doing international releases allows them to branch out. Like, there could be like 12,000 releases for Neo, 5,000 going to the international, and 7,000 going to the US. So the US have more chance of getting them because there's a lot of millions of people there in the US, and these things do sell out eventually. But maybe it's also because a lot of these don't sell out in the Australian and maybe the UK markets. Like, I know pop culture has a lot of pop sodas just sitting there. Like, having the international logo gives them more rarity because it even restricts it further as to how many there are. So it gives it more demand. Like, we want more of these because there are less of them. But they're not going to, Funko won't reciprocate. They're just going to be like, well, then just buy the ones that are there and good luck getting them, kind of deal. That's my impression, at least, of this whole entire thing. Because I really like collecting Funko sodas. Obviously, I've got quite a good over 100 pop vinyls, which I'm slowly selling off because I don't care for pop vinyls anymore. So sorry about those who watch the channel for pop vinyl reviews. I still plan to make videos about them. I'm not in the mood to make videos about them, or just make videos in general. But the sodas in particular, I really like. I like how they have a lot of difference in contrast to the actual pop vinyls if they're done well. So, yeah. I think as an overall, I don't dislike the international branding of them. I think because it's ruining more of the opportunity for how many you can get in particularly Australia, where I'm from, but also the factor of, hey, the pogs look uglier now, which I don't care much for because I don't really display pogs unless they're chases. But I do like good art design. But again, I really only care for the art design of the character's face. I do not care about the numbered amount. It's never bothered me about, like, it literally even says 1 of 4,200. You think I give a shit about the numbered amount? No. Of course, that's the side where it would say chase, but I do like the art design more, which is always better, you know? And of course, you contrast the chase and the commons. Say, Envy Adams one, for example, the common has just her face on a white background, but the chase is her face on a red background, and it's got like little like fireworks and stuff. Like, it makes it look shinier and more, well, just cooler in general. And there's only 500 of them in the whole world, whereas there's 800 chases in Australia or internationally. I don't know how many there are in the US. I'd say more, because I doubt that there's 5,000 in the US. I'd probably say that this might be 10,000 in the US, but I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know how the mechanics work, because I don't know if there's been anything like released about it, like why they're doing international sodas, or why just in general they're making, I don't know, like how the sales are going to be affected, if there's a different quantity for these ones to that one. I don't know. I just don't know. So, as an overall, still a soda, still a collector of them, while I care, because I don't have a lot of money anymore, so I don't really care to buy a lot of things now. And, money, room, availability, I like sodas, but they are $5 more than a regular pop vinyl, which is annoying. Obviously, probably because metal is more expensive, and there's the plastics inside and everything. But they're small, and I like them. I like the design of the figures themselves. Like, they usually have a more interesting design than the pop vinyls. Their facial expressions are nicer. They've got mouths. That's a big plus in my book. So, yeah. Nevertheless, that's Neo. That's International Sodas. I plan to obviously get more, so as they're rolled out more, I might do more discussion about them. But what do you guys think? Are you a US viewer and you're concerned about us getting, as in us, as in the international group, getting better looking, like, designs or stuff? Like, do you care about that? Is that a thing in your book? But also Australian and other international audiences, what do you think of them? Like, do you have them? What do you think of them in contrast to the older versions? And do you have the chases and the commons? Is there much difference? Again, I hope to do more research and discuss this further, so I might make a follow-up video if I get some feedback, if I get some responses, and we'll kind of dive into it deeper. But it's an interesting avenue that they've decided to go down for these. Like, they haven't done that with pop vinyls, but pop vinyls, they don't need to, because they just mass-produce the hell out of them. So I think that's one of the benefits of these, is that, I mean, for me, I like that it's of 5,000 units. That's pretty cool. I have one of 5,000, or one of even 4,200, but it's not in the world, it's in Australia, or in the international brackets. That's like that's the little asterisks that you gotta follow through when you're reading this shit. So yeah, nevertheless, I'm still happy to have this stuff, and we'll see how it goes in the future with more sodas. Outside of that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Adios.